Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Dragon Warrior 3 for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Last episode, we had visited the new continent. We helped the man who was trying to build a village on the eastern shore out by providing him with a merchant. We'll be stopping back there occasionally as the town develops. The town develops after certain events take place during the adventure. We also managed to get into the middle of the continent and saw the village Sioux, and we learned where we need to use the vase of draught. We need to use it over in the Western Ocean. So basically we had to go search in the Pacific Ocean for a bunch of shoals, use the vase there. So I'm just going to use the Colosseum here real quick to bet. I need to get a little bit more money because I'm trying to get the Zombie Slayer for Prince Ernie. I'm about 1,800 gold short. So I get 2 battles here that I win. Don't win a lot of money, but it's less money that I'll have to grind for. I will have to grind for some money anyway, and around Tendaki because there's some enemies there that I haven't met yet, so I want to, throw out the bestiary. So one of the interesting things about the Colosseum here is, I guess it's really random what fight you get into, because when I first loaded my save, walked right down to the same path, went right down to the arena here, and the battle was a Caterpillar and 2 Avenger Ravens. The Avenger Raven on the right won. I bet money on the Caterpillar. He was the long shot. Anyway, so I was like, well, maybe if I, just reset the game and start over again, it'll be the same battle. But as you can see, it wasn't. It was the Rogue Knight, the Flame Pete, and the Vampire. So, yep, I just have to press my luck. Actually literally gamble when I'm gambling. So yeah, there's no cheat to know what battle's coming up, and so I don't want to press my luck too far, so I just did the 2 battles there. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to bet again because I didn't win too much money, and I may lose that extra amount. So now we're going to head to Tendaki. First time we went around Tendaki, we were told to sail around the Tendaki, the cape around Tendaki, and then head up, and there'd be a river and a volcano. We skipped doing that because, if you remember, we went, once we hit the southern tip of the continent, we just headed straight east and ended up going to Lancel. This time I'm actually going to do what the game initially suggested and sail around the Cape Tendaki, hugging the coast. We're going to see a whole bunch of things, except that'll eventually take us into the Pacific Ocean, or this world's equivalent of the Pacific Ocean, to, to find those shoals. So there's a new enemy that we didn't encounter around here yet, the Godagon. They can cast a Slow All spell that lowers your agility, so they will activate for you. But other than that, not too much of a problem. We finally get to see Tennison put the Staff of Thunder to use. It casts the Firebane spell, so it does between 30 and 40 damage. So it does 2 to 3 times as much damage as what the Staff of Judgment here is doing, which is doing 10 to 20. So depending on the rolls that we get. So yes, you can see the Staff of Thunder much better. So there'll be a few swords later on in the game that you can get that also can cast. That even though Sadie, Indy, and Tennison won't be able to use, well, Tennison will be able to because she'll class change into a soldier. But there'll be a few swords that like the Staff of Thunder that can cast some pretty high level magic spells. Keep us from having to use MP. So I just grinded until I got the amount of gold I needed. Now the Lamp of Darkness is going to come in handy here, because you can light it. Head right into Tendaki to get that zombie slasher weapon. It's been a long time since Prince Ernie got a new weapon. He's been using that battle axe since Asarum, so before the pyramid. The only one who's using a weapon longer than that is Tennison, and Tennison's only using that poison needle because of the special effect that it has. And technically, I guess she has a new weapon because she's not equipping it, but she is using in battle mainly the Staff of Thunder. I'll keep that poison needle around though for like fighting, if you run into metal slimes and all. So, unfortunately, we still have some business to do later in Tendaki, so this isn't the last time we're going to be here. We're going to want to come back to grab magic armor for Prince Ernie, and also to get the orb from that guy in the prison. But in order to do that, we're going to need the final key, and that's where we're off to grab the final key, now that we know exactly where we need to go. But we're taking the longabout route. I could probably have warped to Shrine of Dharma, or the Barata. That would take me closer, but I wanted to show the western coast here of the Tendaki, which is kind of like the African continent, to show that volcano, because we were told the first time we went to Tendaki that there was a volcano if we followed the river up. So I'm just going to show that off because we're going to get another side quest later on that's going to tell us about what we need to do with the volcano. So it'll be a good way to see where it's at, so we know where we're going later on. But then you can see the volcano over there. I'm not going to go all the way to it, because it's just avoiding some encounters. There we go. And then over to the west here, we just follow this coast of Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates. We'll end up getting to Barata, the Shrine of Dharma, and then eventually the Japan area. So Barata is kind of north of here. If we go around here and then north, we kind of get to the river that would take us up to the Shrine of Dharma, and then a little further to the east, we'll get to Japan. We're going to want to go to Japan. We're actually going to stop in there real quick right now, not to do anything here, but just to get it on our return spell list. So now if we use the return spell or the Wing of the Wyvern, we will come here right away. And we're going to want to come here because we were told a long time ago that there's a dragon that's been terrorizing the people here. The person in the shrine over there, that little inn, basically said that. So we don't want that dragon running, tormenting the village. So we should probably go help that out. So it's a quest that we've been putting off for far too long. Plus we'll get a decent sword out of that quest. So, but first we have to get the final key here, one quest at a time. So stop here at this village here real quick to grab the sell the battle axe. We're trying to raise that 5,800 gold so we can finally get Prince Ernie the magic armor. Because the magic armor has a reduces the amount of damage you take from fire spells. And we have a dragon coming up, and dragons breathe fire. So that'll help Prince Ernie in his survivability in that fight. We already have magic armor for Tennison and, I'm not Tennison, for Indian Sadie. We might want to get it for Tennison then too. Tennison is very close to class change. At level 21, she can potentially learn the by-kill spell, which doubles your attack power. But spells in this game are random. 21 is the first level you can get it. If you don't get it, well, you have to, grind to level, 22. Hopefully you get it then. But spoiler, we actually get lucky and actually get it on 21. So that was another reason why we kind of went around and did some of these extra fighting. So here we see those shoals in the Western Ocean. We were told to use the vase of draught there, and we use it, and it pulls up this shrine from the ocean floor. Kind of like how we used the moon fragment in Dragon Warrior 2 to bring up the cave, the undersea cave. We went and found the Eye of Malroth. We need to get into Rome. So we have the final key. That'll obsolete the magic key because it opens up all doors, including the magic key doors and thief key doors. So we head back to Aleahan to drop off the magic key that Sadie has, and we also won't need the vase of draught anymore, so that'll be 2 inventory spaces that we can clear up. The inventory's gonna start getting crowded, as it would be really crowded, especially if we didn't get rid of much of these key items or quest items. Luckily, once you use a quest item, you usually never have to use it again. So, yeah, that vase of draught is just taking up extra space. What's also taking up some space is eventually the orbs that we're going to get. We have to get 6 of them. But we're about to learn, once we get the orb in Tendaki, we'll actually learn what we need to do with the orbs, where we need to take them. So that's another reason why I want to finish off the Tendaki side quest here first, because it'll let you know exactly what you have to do with the orbs, where you have to take them, and that'll clear up 2 inventory slots for us. So I think right now we have the red orb, and Tendaki will get the second orb. It'll be the green orb. We have the Christmas color orbs. So let's drop our stuff off here. I'll sell Prince Ernie's his armor, because we're still a little short on gold. We need 5,800, and also because of that, because of the shortness in gold, I'll also be taking the longer route. Probably the easiest thing to do would probably be to work to Lancel, and then that's probably the closest village to Tendaki. But I want to get that extra gold, not necessarily have to run around and farm, so I'll just take the sea trip. So the sea encounter shouldn't be too bad for Prince Ernie, because once we get to Tendaki, we'll end up healing at the end there anyway, so any damage he takes, he'll have more than enough life. He should be able to survive because all the healing that we got. Prince Ernie, Sadie, and Indy all have healing now. Sadie and Indy actually have a stronger heal spell. They have the Heal War spell. Prince Ernie can learn that at level 22, so he should be getting that pretty soon as well. But basically, it's a much more effective heal spell. So the Sage and the Pilgrim got it much earlier because they specialize in that healing magic. Surprising though, even though the Pilgrim is the healer of the group, Prince Ernie ends up learning the best healing spell of all, Heal Us All, which heals everybody to their max hit points. But it's, naturally to balance it out, that spell is really, really expensive. So, you can't be just relying on it to cast it over and over and over again. Even at level 99, you'll see in the bonus episode that I do, I can't just rely on it to get me through tough boss battles. The Sage and Pilgrim learn a slightly weaker version of the spell, Heal Us. And you can also get an item that casts that spell for free. So we'll have a lot of healers. That'll end up being thrown on Tennison, our soldier. And the good thing with that is, so to give all our characters a heal all spell, and Tennison being a soldier, one of the bad things about soldiers is they have low agility, but that can actually be a blessing, because the lower your agility, the more likely you are to go last in a battle. So you can always have Tennison, most likely going to go last in the battle, because of such low agility, have that Sage's Stone to cast the Heal Us spell. Afterward, it would be like a devastating attack. A lot of enemies are going to start using strong magic spells or breath attacks that hit the entire party. So having a character, you can't always rely on your fastest character to go first. So it's a little bit of randomness, but it's more apt to happen that your slowest character goes last. Because the game, what it does is it takes your character's agility, and then it multiplies it by a random number selected, and does that for the enemies too. And then whoever, so obviously the higher your agility, the more likely you are to go first. But like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be that way. So take the ore for this guy. And he tells us to place the altar place the ore on the altar in Liam Land to the distant south. Good thing is the Liam Land is like Antarctica. It's directly south of Tendaki, so we don't have to. Basically impossible to miss. But yeah, like the agility thing, like pick a number for each of your characters and then one for the enemy, and then multiply it. So, if you have like close agility, say your Ernie has 20 agility and gets a 6, and the enemy has 18 and gets like 7. Get a little bit more. She'll get the enemy will go first. But if we have something like really low, even if they get a high number, like Sadie with like say like a agility of like 0, she's always gonna go last. So, well, that'll be it for this episode. Take care. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.